show that celebrates that magical time before puberty. Tonight we are looking at a sci-fi alien invasion strategy game as well as a stealth action third-person shooter. I'll be talking with my friend Ray again with skills and strategies and another game recommendation. So now that we've met each other and we're ready to get into it, let's not wait till the first person makes the first move and just get it! I told you what, people, I'm going offline for a couple of weeks. That's right, I'm moving house yet again, which means no internet. And, yeah. Am I scared? Of course I'm scared. I'm terrified. You don't realise how alone I'm going to feel with no connection, especially as a gamer. Whew. But anyway, I think I'll be alright because, you know, not every console needs to be online. Xbox. Always being online. What a stupid idea. But anyway, it's going to be difficult, so I would appreciate your prayers, your thoughts, gifts, and even money checks through my difficult time coming up. But until then, let's check out a game review. A lot of the time, I've always thought that there's only about 5 or 6 kinds of console games. You know, like first-person shooters, third-person action-adventure, open-world games, fighting, racing, sport games. But now I remember there's one more, and it's strategy games. And I've always wondered why I didn't play many strategy games in my life. Maybe it's because I always wanted to avoid being one of those StarCraft freaks that just hang in their PC den all day. But now I've found a game that's made me want to get back into strategy games. And that is XCOM Enemy Unknown. Let's check it out. Securing the device. The aliens are attacking, and our only hope is to fight them step by step, inch by inch. No, seriously, from Firaxis and 2K Games comes XCOM Enemy Unknown, another strategy action adventure. Now, I'm not much of a strategy game player, but I've heard lots of good things about this title, and it's from the developers of Civilization, so it has my attention. Let's check it out. XCOM Enemy Unknown kicks off with an alien spore machines landing on Earth and turning people into green-eyed zombies. It's an alien invasion and it's up to you to save the entire world by managing the parliamentary XCOM project. You'll have to decide what projects to research, what technology to produce, which all helps to decide how you save the world and how your troopers perform throughout the many tactical battles you are faced with. I was interested to learn that this was actually a remake of an old 1994 title, and judging by how it looks and feels, they've brought it back with a lot of life and style. The story is fairly straightforward, but its strength lies in its abundance of options and choice. By midway, you'll be making some tough decisions and have cried about, many fallen soldiers, but it's all completely engaging as there's never enough time or resources to do everything that needs to be done. And even though this would work best on PC, I did feel it was relatively well handled on the PS3 and other consoles.
Several of these aircraft on high alert. We'll need them to intercept any future alien contacts, and it's likely we'll suffer some losses in the process.
If there's a department that XCOM lacks, it would have to be the graphics department. It's not that it looks terrible or anything, it's just that it's not as impressive as other games. The character models look and move mechanically, and there's very little depth in textures or colour palettes that it does do the job. Also, I would have liked to see more interesting looking aliens and a little more life during the game. It's not all plain though, as the environments offer a lot of destruction, and it does look cool looking over the exploding cars and walls after your battles. Sound is pretty standard, nothing really tension building, but more ambient with a heck ton of voiceover that is mostly informative and doesn't too much to enhance the story. It's sci-fi and futuristic that does look decent enough for a strategy title, but not much more than that. It's quite a heavy duty to manage the world's entire survival during an invasion, and boy do you feel it here. You not only have to send in a squad of 4 or more troops and direct each one where to go and what to shoot at, but also try to please every nation in the world at the same time so they'll keep funding you. It's a game that builds up intensity the more you play and the more you have to risk. Especially when one of your favourite soldiers dies, you'll feel such regret in your tactics. It's tactical, smart, challenging and a hell of a lot of fun, especially on how it varies depending on your actions and choices. In many ways it does feel like a cover-based shooter and there's no real suspense as players have several moves to do before your enemy strikes, but there's still tension as you try to make the best decisions you can. It can feel a little boxed in at times with very little scope in some environments. Throughout the turn-based tactical battles you can shoot, grenade or distract enemies, and it's up to you to keep your soldiers alive and upgrade them with many new abilities, weapons and experience. The missions are challenging with quite intelligent enemy AI and they will get even more diverse the deeper you play in the campaign. There's some minor gripes I had, but ultimately this is a very rewarding, challenging and fun strategy title.
But you still need to find that bomb.
Nailed him.
Thank the heavens that another game has come along and surprised me, and now I have a love for strategy games. XCOM Enemy Unknown is a smart, intuitive game that may not break the ground in terms of story or graphics, but does offer some deep and challenging gameplay that will just throw you all over the place. In fact, I think your first playthrough you'll probably fail, but you'll want to come back even more and do even better. It's got a lot to like about it. I'm going to give it an 8.98 out of 10.01. Try it if you're looking for something different.
Good luck, Commander.
Alright, I'm going to see my friend Ray. Apparently he's been a bit down lately. I think a girl's left him. So I know the perfect prescription to give him, and that's some more games. He hasn't played Crisis or Forza at all. So let's go surprise him. Put a cheer on that guy's face. Anyway, just... what the hell? Right! Right!
Okay. No! 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 Leave me! Right! You know what I really like?
Trying to play the game. Give her. Alright, come on, Ray. Come on. Just sit down.
Thanks, Ozzy. I'm glad you.
Just grab your Xbox control. You like the Xbox
Tell you what, this feels better already.
Just get comfortable, alright? So what's going on? What the hell are you doing out there?
It's falling apart. Ozzy. It's Luann. You know, Luann me, Luann you, and
The girl with the... what was the jaw action thing you really liked about him?
I'd only seen Jaws move that fast in water.
Exactly. I brought some games. I've got Crisis. I've got Forza.
hand me that bullhorn. Oh, Crisis too.
This should cheer you up. Stop getting you walking out in the middle of the street and...
I'm not a big racing guy.
And why is that? Why haven't you not played a racing game?
Well, they're always just... I'm not a very... if I want to drive, I'll drive my car. You know?
But you can't drive at full speeds down the roads of Colorado, the beautiful sunshine. You can't crash into a car with no...
True, but there's no...
repercussions.
But there's no... I want the repercussions. That to me is what driving is.
That's realistic. The realism.
You need to have that.
But then why play video games at all then?
Good point.
Well, isn't this fun, Ray?
It
Don't
is
you feel
fun.
like you're getting...
I'm having trouble because the your joystick's a bit wonky.
Right!
This is the end of Ray Melling. Couple of these should do the job.
Right! No!
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 Get them
No!
out of your mouth!
No! I don't deserve that! First-person shooters. I don't know what you do with a first-person shooter these days. How do you keep these fresh? Just don't know. I don't play.
There are so many out there.
There are. I think they're infantile. Personally, I think they're a throwback to the yesteryear of games. And Ozzy, let's make this a 2-player game. Pick up the controller.
Really?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, thanks.
Story of my life!
Alright, he's good. He's happy. Job complete. Now here's the game review. Well, we've got another stealth action title for you this week, and it's one that I feel has taken the throne away from the Metal Gear Solid series. Yes, it's that one where you're walking around most of the game like this, and the same one where you're wearing pretty noticeable green headlights on your head for a stealth title. It is, of course, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Blacklist. Sam Fisher returns as the elite stealth operative in Splinter Cell Blacklist, where he's looking more green, more teched out, and at least 10 years younger than previous games. Nevertheless, this sequel to Conviction, a personal favourite of mine, from Ubisoft has me all excited and gives me the chance to drop in like a modern ninja and bust terrorists' heads against drain pipes. Let's delve.
Preserve. Protect.
The game starts off with a bang as you witness a terrorist group known as the Engineers destroy a military base near Sam. They threaten the USA with further attacks unless the US withdraws its troops from everywhere. Fisher is brought once again out of retirement. Seriously, this guy cannot catch a break. I swear he's tried to retire at least 3 times before. Anyway, it's up to Sam and his 4th echelon task force to find the terrorists and stop their plan. It's a decent enough story that is filled with twists and turns and will take you all over the world, from the sandy mountains of Afghanistan to the bright big lights of Chicago and more. It's got all the same traits of Conviction as you creep around staying in the dark and creating your own awesome multi-takedowns with Mark and Execute. I like this time how you're the one in charge, as you can walk around your own headquarters and talk to team members in between missions, and the extreme sense of realism is back and even better. It's Conviction, yet with more options, a deeper campaign, and more polished than ever.
Regrettably, even if I knew this man, I couldn't tell you. My business depends on this role.
On the surface, Splinter Cell Blacklist is a very impressive looking game, especially the level design, as you see some great detail and scope throughout. But there are some times where you can catch it looking a little cheap, like Sam's goggles and certain level textures. Otherwise, character models, weapons, gunfire, and all different kinds of lighting and shadows make for some awesome visuals. Sam himself looks younger and now even sounds younger with a different voice actor who does well but doesn't really expand the character much. No longer does the screen turn black and white when you're invisible to enemies, as your green neon lights now represent that. It's still got its unique flashback cutscenes and informative dialogue from before, and the music does a good job of fitting the action and creating that almost Jason Bourne mood, but I will say that I felt actual pain while watching Sam walking around in a crouched stance so much. I mean, jeez! It's gotta hurt. Stretch, do something, please!
I hear you. Check in when you're done. Over.
If you like third-person stealth gameplay, then you are going to absolutely love Splinter Cell Blacklist. Every mission is full of awesome locations with enemies to stealthily take down in multiple ways in order to progress. It's up to you to find the best way through, and you'll need to analyze enemy movements carefully, use gadgets to stun or distract them, or even build up enough takedowns to create that awesome closing climax of action where you're the only one left standing. It's fantastic stuff, and it'll make you feel like the boss the more inventive you get with your approaches. Enemy AI is brilliant as they hear and see every trace you leave or noise you make, so it's best to be cautious and attentive. Yet it is also filled with some pretty intense action set pieces that mix up the gameplay well. There's a lot more choice here as you navigate your mission headquarters and upgrade skills, tech, or customize your appearance, weapons, and loadouts. Another cool addition is how the game rates and rewards you for how you play, with a summary at the end of each mission. It encourages you to play in a more calculated way, whether you want to be a stone-cold killer or a pacifist. It's completely up to you. Multiplayer modes are back and as good as ever, with the return of Spies vs Mercs and 14 unique co-op missions. It handles stealth and action so well and offers the best gameplay ever of the Splinter Cell series.
Sam, hostile assault teams inbound on your position.
Copy.
I've been waiting for the sequel to Splinter Cell Conviction for quite some time, so I really felt that game took the Splinter Cell series in a bright new direction. It really gave it that Jason Bourne feel, and I feel that Blacklist is the perfect sequel. It's got tons of stealth action adventure fun with a modern, realistic feel, and then you've also got like these great set pieces, challenges, side missions, a lot to keep coming back for, not to mention the multiplayer modes and co-op modes. I had a lot of fun, and I think, maybe the story could have been a little bit better, but it does a lot, this game, and I'm so glad it's out. I'm going to give it a big score of 9.56 out of 10.01. Okay, for our game recommendation this week, I thought I'd do Rayman Origins just before Rayman Legends comes out, and everyone thinks about that game instead of realizing how good Rayman Origins was. Now, if you don't know anything about Rayman, he is a beloved 2D platformer that was played ages ago on the PC, but now it's been remade, and it's just been done extremely well. It's actually kind of reinvented the 2D thing as much as Little Big Planet has, and yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it looks absolutely beautiful. Rayman and his followers have woken up one hell of an annoyed jungled witch, which prompts Rayman to save the day. To tell you the truth, I didn't really even follow the story because I was too distracted at the beauty of this game. It's full of lush plant life, smooth animation, and an abundance of colour. It handles and plays extremely well with never a dull moment and many different worlds to discover and explore. Yet towards the end I did find it quite challenging, but then again, this game is so hard to hate. Now, I think it originally started out as PC download, this new title, but it's come to all formats since then. I myself have been playing it on the Vita, and whichever way you play it, it handles extremely well. Really easy to get into, really fast paced, and I don't know, I've just been thinking that how did we get to going backwards in games to a degree? I mean, as much as we can do all those, go through all these 3D worlds and go and fight enemies with incredibly smart AI, sometimes the simplest things offer the most fun. For those wanting multiplayer, there's co-op play and dozens of character skins to unlock and play with. Also, if you're looking for replay value, there's also tons of challenges and other collectibles to find. Rayman has his own set of abilities, so do the other characters, and there's also boss fights to enjoy, and just so much more. Rayman Origins is the beautiful, fast-paced 2D platformer that will surprise you in almost every way. And that's my game recommendation for the week. RPG games are long, time-consuming titles that can cause divorce, unemployment, and even diarrhea. Well, that's happened to me. But anyway, as much as they're bad for us, I love them. I absolutely adore them. They're so deep, they're so immersive, there's so much to do, which is why I've created a list of the greatest RPG games ever made in the history of the universe. I've got the flu. That or I've got meningococcal. Oh no, it's something bad. But anyway, let's get through this. For our skills and strategies this week, we're looking at Deus Ex Human Revolution, one of the best first-person RPGs I've played in a long time. It also got probably the best soundtrack of any game I've played in a while. But anyway, we're going to show you how to hack, how to go into each situation, how to choose where to go, and how to augment your body. Anyway, we've got a lot of things to show you. Let's not spend time sitting on lime dice. Whatever that means. Here we go. One of the best things about Human Revolution is choice, and one of your biggest choices is whether to kill enemies or knock them out. Of course, it's easy to kill and you don't have to worry about them waking up, but the game will change if you save a lot more lives. Use stun guns and tranquilizer guns if you wish to save people, and the more stealthier you are, the easier it will be to traverse the world. When taking out guards, always remember to hide bodies in locations where they cannot be seen, and remember with robots you can use any weapon, but usually attack with a silencer so not to arouse suspicion. Staying with the same theme here of choice and options, in Deus Ex there is no one way to go and there are many ways to approach a mission. Always look for small gateways and ventilation ducts, as these generally lead to more ammo or items or easier entrances to missions. Of course, in order to access all these areas you'll need to upgrade your augmentations. So if you wish to lift big items that are in the way, use your strength and arms. Reaching high places, upgrade your legs and jumping ability. And to get through lasers easier, purchase the invisibility cloak. Okay, here are some augmentations that are awesome and will also help you out a lot. Firstly, I love the Icarus landing system as it ensures you never die from falling. The cloaking system will help you become invisible to enemies, allowing you to walk by them completely unnoticed. Social enhancer will make it easier to analyze people and persuade them. And finally, the stealth enhancer will make it easier to track and target enemies. Now remember, in order to get all of these, you need to get praxis points. So build up your EXP as much as you can by doing side missions, challenges, and hacking.
Everything's on the computer, right at your fingertips.
Hacking is pretty crucial to advancing in Deus Ex, as it allows you to gain access to secret locations, hidden information, lets you control turrets and cameras, and also is crucial to the story. Try to save as many nuke viruses and other hacking aids, as well as upgrade your augments so that you can access those higher level grade hacks. The more you do, the better you'll get at hacking, which might also land you some health bonuses and bonus XP. Well, there you have it. That is our skills and tips for Deus Ex Human Revolution. You can hear me. I do not sound well. I'll be right till the end of the episode. Just hang on with me. But anyway, if you haven't played this game, it's brilliant. A lot of choice, a lot of options. Basically, that's the crux of the game. A lot of stealth. It's not the best looking game, but very, very impressive itself. I would get onto it if you're interested at all very soon, as you know, games like these may become out of date soon. So it's good to kind of catch it while it's in its element. Also, I think they're making a movie about this one.
I won't rest until I find the truth.
We've got for tonight. I'd like to thank my more notable fans out there like Jim Caldwell, Barack Obama, and all the girls that currently have restraining orders against me. Don't worry, they'll love me one day. But anyway, if you wish to contact us, send us an email right here, or otherwise contact us at Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Take care, people, and game on!